This is Casey Gray, and you are watching The Conscious Builder Show.
Leave everybody. Oh,
I was hanging out 4 dogs this weekend.
Let's go outside. Outside. Let's go outside.
Hi, my name's Riley Gray, kind of on a working vacation here from Dawson City, Yukon Territory. Casey is my brother. It's a lot of fun, you know, it's a good atmosphere. I'm really enjoying working with Darcy as well, and it's a good team environment. And I wish I could bring some of this knowledge up north and make my team even better than it already is in Dawson City. So I've been a carpenter for about 12 years now. I'm a general contractor where I live in Dawson City, and that brings a lot of knowledge to the team. I was very fortunate for my first 3.5 years for my apprenticeship with a great company. I was very well rounded. It didn't just get stuck doing one task at a time. Everything from a foundation to the excavation included in that, to backfilling, waterproofing, interior and exterior finishes, just a wide variety. And it's not until many years later, as you get older and you start realizing how great that experience is, and it makes you a better carpenter, and in my case, a better contractor.
At this project, we were opening up it's about a 30-year-old home. So opening up a couple walls, renovating essentially the entire main floor, larger kitchen, opening up the dining room, doing the living room, making it all one big L-shaped area.
That doesn't make sense. So then this would be another 21 inches beyond that. I don't know where it's lining off of.
So on the pot light locations, there's always the plan, and the plan is obviously what we would like to do, right, if it's drawn on. But there's a lot of factors that come into play once we open things up. So pot lights, for example, can't necessarily go everywhere that we would like them to go, because maybe there's mechanical in the way, maybe there's plumbing in the way, maybe there's a floor joist in the way, maybe there's a beam in the way. We're not sure. Sometimes we don't know until we open it up. Also, sometimes things need to change.
So unless we shift the opening. So we can't,
I could shift the opening pretty easy.
yeah. So the opening we need to shift.
I could push it this way.
Either, well, one side or both sides. Or
Like the width isn't a spec. This is just, that's as far as it can go, and this is lined up with the stickers. This house has a little interesting detail. The floor joist changed direction in the middle of the house. And the only place that kind of comes up for us is in the hardwood flooring. He's got a lot more experience with the half-inch engineer than me and Casey do. And he says with the dips between floor joists, you can get slight opening of the long joints.
So the question becomes, do we change the direction of the flooring, which is what the flooring person would like to do because the floor joists change direction, or do we keep it going all the same way, which is what the designer wants to do?
And the option that we've taken on this job is the hardwood is actually just going to change direction. We're going to install both hardwood running across the joists, and luckily where the joists change is in a nice area for us that we're going to have we're just going to use a single piece of hardwood as a transition strip where the two will butt into each other, and our hardwood installer will make sure that looks flawless, flush, and all smoothed out.
At this project, we are doing this work in a condo. Working in a condo is always interesting. There's other factors to work around. It's not like working at a house where we have lots of room and a dumpster in the driveway and so forth. In this case, we don't have room for a dumpster, and luckily we have access through a bike room to get outside. Initially, we were doing a couple bathrooms, things expanded a little bit, turned into a couple closets, turned into TV mounts going up, turned into doing the fireplace as well, which is great. We love it. Just makes it a little bit more difficult to create the schedule because things are always changing.
my name is Lynn LaFontaine with Design Phase, and I'm here on another one of the Conscious Builders projects in the West End. Coming to do a site visit to see how we're doing, and of course it's, you know, a typical renovation. It's going exceptionally well.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Hey, Lynn.
Nice tan. Hey, do you like this?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Yeah, very
That's
nice.
very cool. He did a really good job. So I picked out
I love the tiles. I like
The bubbles?
stone. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the bubbles.
Oh,
So remember we talked about the shelves, the drawers? I said I wanted some drawers on this side, and
Oh, dang. Okay, well now I'm in trouble. So as I say, I make one mistake on every job, and the goal is to not make the same mistake twice. So, note to self:
I was
whoever
wondering
was
why that was still in. I didn't say anything, but
well, and it's funny because somebody asked me, "Where's the drawings for his closet?" And I'm
yeah.
like, "What? Oops." Did you catch that for the bloopers? Kevin, there. So, I like both those tones.
Actually, that's a nice tone too.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll be done Tuesday?
And I got 2 chairs, this color coming in from upper room.
So this little detail was a good design. Dan and Samir had to struggle putting this thing up. This thing's about 400 pounds, apparently. But in order to save some headroom, I'm, maybe 6'3" with my boots on right now. But in order to save headroom, instead of putting a big beam like the wood beam on the other side, this was raised up, 3 typically columns put up to carry these floor joists across here and not have to crack our head as we come through. When working in these old basements, you have to work with floors that wave at you, and I think that corner is about 3 inches higher, but instead of lovely, we can't level it across there, but then, because then we would be about 3 inches closer to that beam as well. So Dan came up with a cool little detail here as well to zip tie this to the back of the stud, because these walls are existing. We didn't want to touch them. As soon as we touch them, then we have to do all sorts of new building code stuff in terms of our values, and clients want to save some space down here. So we have the airspace between the back of the insulation and the rubble foundation, and then this will get filled as well. But this here is which is rock wool now, but a rock wool comfort board, which is a dense insulation, and mold doesn't grow on it. It doesn't have all the fire retardants because it's rock, so it's healthier for indoor air quality, and it's just a really good product that we like to use in instances like this. Overall, another productive week here at the Conscious Builder. I did have to head out of town for a family emergency for a couple days, but the team kept things moving along nicely. We have lots of exciting projects on the go, so if you haven't already, click subscribe down below to stay up to date.